Hi, my name is Sahil and I'm the client acquisition lead at Empowered AI. And in this quick loom, I'm going to walk you through this ICP Word Bank and show you how to turn your clients, your buyer language into content that pulls clients. So you might have got one SOP document as well. So keep that open while you watch because you are going to fill this in as we go. So let's understand what an ICP Word Bank actually means. So an ICP word bank captures those exact phrases, those exact lines your ideal clients use to describe their problems in their day to day life. It includes both spoken language and internal thoughts during those high pressure decisions or while they are having a lunch or while they are having a shower. So, when you match those exact phrases, those exact language, you actually create recognition in their mind, you build familiarity in their mind, and people start feeling understood and they start to lean in towards your content. So, what we are going to do in this video is we are going to create, by the end of this, you will have four things clear. Number one, you will have a three-layer ICP. You can explain in 60 seconds. You will have a prioritized list of those 50 buyer phrases which will be tied to your core offer. You will have a customer journey, or we can call it as a theme map around what your customers already want, what blocks them to get that, what they fear most about that thing. And this fourth thing is about a development plan, a deployment plan across your LinkedIn profile, LinkedIn company page, website copy, and lead magnets, and your sales post as well. So this is the quick start, and it's the part I want you to do from here. So what you are going to do is you are going to choose one buyer group, one company stage, one core problem. You probably have these things clear. Now what we are going to do is you probably have your previous calls, emails, calls, notes, email threads, comments, WhatsApp chats, and meeting notes as well. What we are going to do is we are going to pull 10 real codes from each of those assets, which is calls, emails, comments, WhatsApp chats, and meetings notes as well. Now, when we have those 10 real codes from each of those assets, what we are going to do is we are going to mark them in terms of urgency, emotion, and consequence. We are going to highlight those 10 real codes in terms of urgency, emotion, and consequences. Then, what we are going to do is we will have around 10 each real codes, which is around 50 real codes. We are going to organize the best 25 phrases that will be our ICP word bank. So by the end of this, we are going to create one post as well using this template later. So while you watch this loom, I'm repeating again, you already have this SOP document. So fill this in as we go. So now let's talk about why most of the HR content fails. Not exactly HR, but most of the consultancy based content phase. So most HR founders use service language while buyers think in problem language. So if you post about your service, if you post about your service menu, you will get polite engagement from your peers, not from your paying clients. So look, so our job is to steal those exact buyer's words ethically, not steal but mine. So our job is to mine those exact buyer's word ethically from real conversations so that we can use those phrases in our content, which will create the familiarity aspect in everyone who are going to read or watch our content. Okay. So the number one problem is most people have no clear direction around what their ICP is. So let's clear that as well. So most of the people think that ICP is all about role, stage, team size, and sector, which we call it as industry sector as well. But ICP is more than that. So the layer one is, we already know, surface. Layer one is all about surface level information, which is like role, team size, sector, niche, which are like easy to copy, but it's not enough to have the clear idea about your ICP. Layer two is about situation, what they tried in the past, what actually worked, what didn't work, what broke them, what's frustrating for them. Okay, so the layer 3 is about language. Now this is where all the secret sauce is. Now layer 3 is about language. These are the exact phrases we are going to use in our content, in our every digital assets. Layer 3 is about language, which is exact phrases, feared consequences, and their emotional state as well. So the third layer is going to drive most of the conversion, because it will make your content feel more personal and more familiar as well. So the step one is we pick the right target. So for example, pick a right target for the first version. So for example, we have the founder of 20 to 80% company hiring their first senior leader. Okay. CEO in 50 to 200% company where hiring slows growth. Then third example is founder-led agency with higher churn risk and constant performance issues. Okay. So now based on this tight targeting, we are going to create our own ICP word bank. Okay. So from here, what we are going to do is we are going to mine those evidence, and this is where most of the people are going to mess up, because they will start guessing. And I want you to do one thing: you will never guess ICP word bank phrases, because if you guess something, guessing will create generic creations. Okay, and when you have generic creation, it will create no results in terms of getting calls booked. Correct. So how we are going to mine those bias phrases? We are going to use what we already have. So what we already have the sales call note, we already have the connection calls note, we already have the discovery call notes, we already have a lot of email threads, we have the testimonials, we have the founder comments, we have the network messages as well. And if you are starting new, you only have five good conversations. Start there, this still works. And if you have no good conversations at all, what you can do is you can go to Reddit and search about how your ICP will write in those search criteria. If they are looking for your service, you will find a lot of phrases there. Okay, so this is a key rule. This is a key rule. We are going to extract those full phrases, not single keywords. We are going to extract those full phrases while keeping all the mess, while keeping all the grammar error if there's any. And we are going to keep all the mess in terms of like bias phrases. Now, let's just imagine buyers do not say that they are looking for strategic talent acquisition. They are not going to say that they are looking for HR compliance program. They say hiring is eating all my week. They say that the new hires is starting ghosting us. So when you start, so that is the reason why we are not going to extract only the keywords, we are going to extract the full phrases. Because when you start cleaning those phrases, based on the keywords, you will delete the conversion, because it will not going to sound like them. So now we understand what the exact ICP word bank means and how we are going to mine it. So I came up with a lot of ICP word bank, and when we have all of these ICP word bank, what we usually do is we bucket those phrases into certain themes. So these themes can be according to your service. So for example, in terms of HR business, it can be like time drain, quality and speed, employee success, compliance concern, process management, financial impact. So we are going to bucket our phrases into these themes. Now these step is quite crucial for like making your content calendar more easy, because one theme is equal to your 1 week of content. So make sure you are going to bucket those phrases into this theme. So now I came up with a lot of example phrases, because we are doing content for a lot of HR businesses, and I want that you can copy some of those phrases as well. So now The next 3 pages will be all about examples of what a good phrase looks like in terms of time drain bucket, quality of hire bucket, and retention and performance bucket. Okay. So the time drain bucket phrases sounds like hiring is eating all my week, all my time, interview overload, and search fatigue. So the best examples around that is I spend my entire week conducting interviews while other responsibilities stagnate. Repeatedly restarting the hiring search is becoming mentally exhausting for me. Hiring is consuming all my available time, leaving no room for other priorities. I need recruitment off my plate without surrendering control of the process. Every new hire turns into an urgent fire drill requiring immediate attention. I cannot effectively fulfill both recruiter and a CEO responsibilities simultaneously. So this is about time drain bucket, how the phrases sounds like. Now we have quality of hire bucket, and quality of hire phrases basically sounds like candidate hosting them, slow processes, wrong hires, low confidence. And the best examples around this are like our hiring process feels slow and clunky, causing us to lose talent to faster companies. We need qualified candidate in seat within the next 30 days, but we are struggling to meet that deadline. Good candidates disappear during our recruitment process without explanation. Despite numerous interviews, we still don't feel confident about our hiring decision. We lack a structured scorecard and rely too heavily on gut feelings. We repeatedly hire people who do not generally meet our actual needs and expectations. So this is about how the quality of higher bucket sounds like. Okay, now we have the retention and performance bucket. And retention and performance phrases basically sounds like people keep living, managers avoid hard conversation, and cultures feels very weird. So these are the exact example phrases, which are like managers avoid hard conversations, then it explodes, performance issue take over the team's energy, people keep living, and I do not why. We need a simple way to manage performance. Our culture feels very weird. New hires do not settle. I want clear expectations without being harsh. So these are like retention and performance bucket phrases examples. So now we have these ICP Word Bank, ICP Word Bank bias phrases. What we are going to do is we are going to use these phrases and we are going to start deploying on our digital assets like LinkedIn profile. In our content, we are going to create hooks as well. So if you haven't come up with any ICP Word Bank, you can copy directly from here. Okay. So now we are going to deploy all of the ICP Word Bank we have built so far in our digital assets. So let's start with LinkedIn headline formula. So the basic formula of creating a LinkedIn headline is I help bracket buyer who bracket pain face to bracket desired outcome using bracket your method. So one of the best example I kind of remember is I just looked at a profile in which the headline is I help tech startup who has less than 200 team members in the GCC sector, and I really like that. So make sure you write 3 versions around it and then pick the one that sounds closest to your bias voice. So now we are going to turn those phrases into hooks, because if you start using the exact phrases into your hooks every single day, in about 1 to 2 months, you are going to feel that your content bank is starting feeling your not content bank, your bias words are starting feeling outdated. So what we are going to do is we are going to turn those phrases into hooks templates so that we can use that again and again. So these templates work because they use the phrases as the trigger. So if I go through the example, number one is the real reason dash keeps happening template. Stop saying we need to hire template. If you keep thinking dash, then dash. And if you keep thinking dash, read this. The real reason dash keeps happening. Stop saying we need to hire, start fixing dash. You do not need more candidates. You need to solve dash. Here you can put your service. Now we are going to pick one phrase and write 5 hook template, and we are going to post the best one. The best one hook is which is short, which is easier to read, and in which the language is so much easy that a fifth grader can even understand that. So now we have the hook templates. Let's create the post templates, because you are not going to post the same kind of content every single day. Then your regular engagers, regular viewers will start feeling boring. So these templates are your weekly engine. So these templates are like myth busting, in which the template contrast myth with fact, provide proof to support the truth, and guide reader toward a logical next step. Here you can add your case study as well. Then we have like a process guide, in which you can break down complex processes into clear and sequential steps that are easy to follow and implement. Then we have problem solution. You can address bias problems directly with their phrases, and you can explains causes, offers, and one clear solution. Then we have other template as well, which clearly outlines recommended guidance and discouraged actions, providing practical direction for implementation. Now these are the template, you can use that as well, but if you want, you can find a lot of templates in the SOP document as well. So these templates are your weekly engine. Your word bank makes every template feel specific. So now if you use the same word bank again and again for 3 to 4 months, after 3 to 4 months you will start feeling that this is now I feel like these word banks are getting outdated, so how do I keep updated them? So you are going to use these questions on your connection calls, sales call, discovery calls, and sales calls, and use these questions on calls. And when you have their answers, we are going to write their answers word for word, then add them to the bank. So what are these questions? These questions are like, when did this certain thing start feeling urgent? What have you tried in the past? What disappointed you? What does a bad month look like if this situation stays unresolved? What do you want to personally stop doing personally? If this was fixed in the next 30 days, what will change first? Okay, so write their answers word for word, then add them to your bank. Now the last part is about AI prompt for acceleration. I guess I added 5 prompts here, but there's only one here. What you are going to do is you are going to upload your call notes, DMs, email threads, comments, then ask AI to extract those phrases, cluster themes, and translate those HR jargons into buyer's language, and generate hooks and posts using only those word bank. Now these are all the AI prompts. Now, a quick tip from my side is to not use these prompts directly, because if everyone use this prompt directly, everyone gets the same results. So what do I want from you is you put the complete context there. You write everything about your service, your ICP third layer, second layer, first layer, and then you start using those prompts. And now you know what an ICP word bank actually means and why it works, because the end goal is quite simple. You reach out to your ideal client and close more clients using language that feels like it came from their head. Okay, so it will create the familiarity aspect as well. Now, quick context, there are multiple ways to acquire clients, and this word bank method is just one way, and it's one of the fastest way because it upgrades your everything you already do: content, profile, company page, funnels, DMs, sales calls, your outbound DMs as well. And if you want to see what this looks like when it's implemented properly, there's a case study link below like this, and you can check that out as well, and you can see how we helped a client sharpen their positioning, tighten their language, and turn attention into a booked course. And if you want us to diagnose your channel and messaging, so we can tell you what's unclear, what's attracting the wrong people, and what to change, how to change, you can book a free 20-minute call 20-minute diagnosis call using the link below. Either way, build your word bank first, because once your language is right, everything will start feeling more easier and you will have a lot of clarity right here. Okay, so thank you.